What's up, guys? This is Hank Saber sitting here with my UA deck. I thought I'd show it to you guys. It's really well put together, I feel, and I really think it can compete at a very competitive level, or a somewhat competitive level. And so yeah, let's get into what I run. I think there are some nice choices in here, and if you're wondering about the Green Bandits, well, let's just get into it. So here we go with the deck profile, guys, off the Gundam mat. So to start off, we have 3 copies of Kree Bandit. Kree Bandit is, of course, always going to be our favorite card because it works kind of well with Call of the Haunted. So we're going to be running these guys in a lot of decks. I mean, if you don't like it, you don't have to try it, but there's so many important spell cards in this deck, like UA Signing Deal, to get our engine going, and plus it's searchable with what we run. So 3 copies of Kree Bandit. Then I move into my one tour guide, which I'm actually starting to run in a lot more decks right now. And I run 2 copies of Skarm. So let's get into why I run the 3 Kree Bandit and the 1 tour guide and the 2 Skarm. So basically it works like this. You basically set up a triangle of your Skarms, tour guides, and Kree Bandits. Now, if you're lucky enough to mill a Skarm off a Kree Bandit, you can search Tour Guide, which can then special another Kree Bandit. You can overlay for Dante, hopefully mill another Skarm. Skarm can search for the 3rd Kree Bandit. So it really is a great way to get yourself through the deck a little bit faster, but also it makes your important plays, because you also have to get to MX Saber Invoker as fast as possible to special out your UA midfielder. So this is a great card. So you want to make this as quick as possible. So this is why we run this. If you don't want to run all of it, please be my guest to run something else. Run Spell Strikers, that's fine. I just feel like Skarms are kind of better than Spell Strikers just in this deck, because you could just special them and then the normal over. You don't have to worry about banishing a spell card in the graveyard to special it. So again, it's just a very good card, and plus you can search Kree Bandit or Tour Guide off of it. And again, Tour Guide could special Skarms or Kree Bandits. So just a good tech that we run. And then to round off the non-UA monsters, we run 2 copies of Effect Veiler, just because if you don't, you really don't want to get trished. If you get trished, you kind of lose. So there's that. So these guys are non-athletic guys. These are the guys that sat in the back in gym class. So we're gonna move those guys over. So now we run into the UA lineup. We will start off with our 3 copies of UA Midfielder. UA Midfielder is another phenomenal choice in this deck. Of course, you can start your plays based off of UA Stadium and other cards. Just again, another great startup card. So 3 Midfielder. Then I run 2 copies. We're basically running 2 ofs for all of the other ones. We're running 2 copies of Rival Rebounder. Rival Rebounder is a good card. I feel like it's not as great as people hype it up to be, but it is okay. You can normal summon it and or special summon, obviously, and when it's normal summoned or special summoned during your opponent's turn, you can special summon one from the graveyard. So what I often find myself doing is sacrificing a monster that you control to normal summon it and special summon the monster that you tributed. Again, a very popular thing to do. Also, you can, if you have this in the graveyard, you can call it back with Call of the Haunted, and you can go off from there. But again, a little situational. I don't want to clog this guy too much. I want to rather see my sluggers and my aces more often than not. So just 2 copies of Rival Rebounder. Then I'm going to run 2 copies of our boss monster, arguably UA Mighty Slugger. So UA Mighty Slugger is our big hitter. He's our damage buster, I guess you could say. I mean, he's just your poke for damage guy. There's not really too much to say about this guy. He's just your power card, your power play card, to make a sports reference, I guess. Then 2 copies of UA Perfect Ace. This card I always thought should have been rented too. I don't think the number will ever change on this card. I don't want to I don't really want to clog this card too much, but I do want to see it once or twice in the duel, just to make sure my opponent isn't walking all over me during their turns, so that's nice. I only run one copy of Dreadnought Dunker. Again, another card that's meh. It's a card that you have to have a UA. You know, you can't normal summon. You have to use true tributes to summon, so I don't really like cards that have high levels like that. But, you know, it is a rather offensive card, so if you inflict damage, and it does do piercing damage, so it's like a Gaia Dragon, and whenever you do inflict damage, destroy a card. So yeah, it's very good. I just, you know, I feel like you don't need it. If I summon it, I want to summon it off of Rebounder, so that's just what I think. I feel. Then I run one copy of Goalkeeper and one copy of Blockbacker, just as our defensive cards. Of course, Goalkeeper is meh. It's a card, you know, I might cut, because there are a lot of cards that don't destroy right now, like, you know, Trishul and stuff like that, but, yeah, you know, it is what it is. I think it's still a rather good card, and Blockbacker is actually a really good card. I like Blockbacker a lot, just being able to, you know, it's basically like a lose one turn. That's what it is. It's basically like a lose one turn. Whenever they summon a monster, change your defense and negate their effect. So it is kind of like your own lose it one turn, so which is pretty good. So that's our monster lineup. So a rather hefty monster lineup. We are pretty much running only 3 in midfielder, 2 of all the other ones, and then 1 copy of Dunker, Goalkeeper, and Blockbacker. So that's the lineup. A complete monster lineup. For the spells, we run into, of course, the 3 copies of our home field, UA Stadium. Just your search card, your Rhoda of the deck. I do not run the general Rhoda. I just run Stadium. So this is pretty much our search card from the deck, and our special from the deck is our Signing Deal. Now, Signing Deal is obviously another great card that you want to mill off Curry Bandit to get it to your hand as soon as possible. Just special summon UA monster from your deck, its effects are negated, but it really doesn't matter because you're going to turn it to your hand anyway and special it back. It cannot be used as Synchro or Xyz material for some, so that's kind of something that I would probably skip over, but just keep in mind that it can be used as Xyz material, but again, you could just return it back to your hand and special it back, so make sure you do that if you do decide to Xyz or Synchro with it, so that's that. Pretty standard. And then I run 2 copies of Powered Jersey. Jersey is a phenomenal card. I don't want to clog it at 3, so I decided to bump it down to 2. But again, any card that you can just pretty much blow out your opponent in one turn, like it's almost like an OTK in a single card, especially if you use it with Slugger or Dunker. So really good. And then to get into my kind of techie cards, I run 3 copies of Reasoning. Now, Reasoning's kind of an interesting card in this deck because up until now, you kind of had builds that revolved around 4s and 5s, and Reasoning was kind of ineffective. But if you do notice now, we are running a lot of different levels. We are running 7s, 6s, 5s, 4s, and then here we're running 3s and 1s. So we are running a good amount of different levels there, and if they call the level wrong, you got a special summon out of it. So I just thought, it's almost like you're running 3 more Signing Deal is what I'm, kind of comparing it to. So again, it's a very good card. It's not as good, but it has a possible chance of it not working out. But you almost get a free special summon, and whether it's a UA monster or not, you can use it as tribute fodder for a Slugger or something. So it does work hand in hand with the deck. I think it's a very good option. So 3 copies of Reasoning, just my tech, and 2 copies of the Monarch Stormforth. I see people running at 3. That's fine. I don't really like opening that much, so I could have done it to 2. And then I run 1 copy of Soul Charge, because you are milling with Curry Bandit and stuff like that. So, that's our spells. So, that's that. Then we run into the trap lineup, 3 copies of course, UA Penalty Box. Penalty Box, such a cool card, being a big hockey fan that I am. And it goes hand in hand with the term of having a penalty against you in hockey, where you get 2 minutes of penalty minutes. So basically what this card says, instead of 2 minutes in the penalty box, it says if a UA card attacks a monster, banish it for 2 end phases. So that's kind of cool. And of course, you can only use it once per turn, and then you can banish it from your graveyard and add 1 UA spell card from your deck to your hand. So of course, that means it's going to work great again with Curry Bandit. So Curry Bandit will also help you with penalty box. And to round off the list, we are running the 3 platinum rare Call of the Haunted. So this is our complete trap lineup, nothing more, nothing less, and that's the main deck. And I will show you guys an extra deck because I think it's kind of important, somewhat important. Not top tier stuff, but we'll get into it. I would most likely run a Invoker. It's your best rank 3 in this deck if you have a handful of UAs. Just being able to special a stray midfielder from your deck and then return it to the hand, special summon a UA monster from your hand. Again, a very solid play. And then I run 1 copy of Dante. Dante, kind of optional, but kind of good for what this deck's kind of main goal is, to reoccur your monsters back with Call of the Haunted and Soul Charge and stuff like that. So, Dante I kind of like because it just mills and it works well, just like Curry Bandit does. And then, of course, Alucard, just to pop random stuff if you ever need to. Zenmaines to get over problematic cards. And number 47, Nightmare Shark, just to, if you ever have to go for 2,000, it's kind of like your cowboy. So that's the rank 3s I run. For the rank 4s, I run Ragnamniad, Excalibur, and Blade Armor Ninja. For the 5s, I run Tiras, Adrius, Durendal, and Volcanosaurus. And for the synchros, I run Goyo, Clearwing, and Black Rose Dragon. So that's really all you guys have to know. You mix synchros once in a while with Effect Veiler, so it is a tuner. Why not run a few synchros here and there? That's all I have to say about the deck, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Feel free to check out the rest of my channel, Saber Selections. It's really cool. I like the stuff I've been doing. I'll give you guys more deck profiles to come with the X-Saber update, whatnot, and the Burning Abyss Ginlock coming up, and Necros Tournament Report coming up, which I haven't given you guys yet. But that's really all I have to say for now. So this is Hank Saber. And don't forget to like and subscribe this video, and subscribe to my channel. And yeah, this is Hank Saber once again signing off. Peace, guys. Goodbye. Don't forget to friend me on Facebook, join my group, The Titan Takeover, as well as the Ignoble Lifestyle Facebook group, and subscribe. Thank you, guys. Peace.